Hey everybody, it's Jesse. Welcome to Live Coding with Jesse. And we have a lot to do today. I want to get this app submitted to the App Store today, and I'd love to do it while I'm on the stream. So I think, let's see. So if y'all can hear me, put something in the chat. The live stream is analytics look a little bit weird, but let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna get started. I see there's a lot of people in the chat saying hello, so hey everybody. Just a quick intro. We've been working on this app this is the 5th live stream. All right, cool. Looks like you can hear me. For some reason, my video preview in the the stream settings panel is saying the video is private, which is really odd since obviously you all are in the chat, but I've never had it show that before. All right, so we've been working on this app for 5 live streams now, and we're connecting a React Native app that's built with Expo with a brain-computer interface called the Notion by a startup company called Neurosity. And we've successfully connected it so that it measures, we wear this device, it measures our level of focus, and when we drop below a certain level, the screen changes to red and it makes the device vibrate. So just really kind of like bare essential functionality. And now I want to actually put it out there so we can test it on devices. So we got a lot to do before we can put it out there. And I've been going over some of the documentation just so that I have some idea of this process. This is my very first time actually publishing. So I've made a few apps that definitely work and I can run on devices, but I've never actually gone through the step of putting it out to the App Store. And there's a few extra things you need to do to get your app from working to publishable. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to set a timer and here on one of my other screens. And when that timer goes off, so it's going to be 25 minutes. When that timer goes off, I'm going to go over to the live chat and I'm going to answer some questions. So there's a lot of you in the chat. I see you, and I'm not going to ignore you forever. I'm just going to focus on doing the work for about 25 minutes, and then I'm going to go to the chat and answer as many questions as I can. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want in the chat. I will get to them, and keep it positive and try to keep the spam down. The last couple of streams, it's been a little bit weird. We've had a lot of people spamming the chat, and by that I mean they keep saying the same things over and over again, or just typing in a bunch of nonsense over and over again. It makes it really hard to read the chat for everybody watching, so try to keep that to a minimum. If I see that you're doing that, then I will stop you from being in the chat. So I won't even mention anything. Like, I'm just going to stop you from being in the chat. So there's not going to really be a warning. I don't have time for that, especially if we get a lot of people in the stream like we have right now. So if it gets too bad, I might have a moderator. But really, it's never been a problem before. I mean, we've done like literally hundreds of streams, and it's only been the last few streams it's been a problem. So obviously, any type of like bad language or saying mean things to each other, stuff like that, you're going to be out of the chat. So let's keep it all positive. Okay. All right. So let's get started. If you want to try to follow along, this project is on GitHub. I believe I put a link in the description to the code on GitHub, so you can check out the code. I'm also going to be on on Expo, so their documentation. Let me put the link to the docs that I'm using in the chat. So I got a lot of these windows open for things that we need to do. And so I'm going to be jumping around a little bit. But this is where I started at, the link I just put in the chat. So this is where I started. We're going to start from here. So we're starting with deploying the app. right? So from deploying the app, I believe I went to distributing or deploying. Yeah, this is the distributing. So we need to create native builds. So to build the app, I told you there's going to be a lot of jumping around here. The docs for Expo are actually really good, but there's a lot of steps here. So I believe we do have the Expo CLI installed already, which actually let me double check that now. Make sure I have it installed. I know I have installed on one of my machines. I actually might not have it on this one, so we might need to do that. CLI, whoops. Let's make some space here because we're going to be in the terminal a bit more than normal. So I want to see. All right, it looks like, yeah, we have this installed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting all of this stuff. So, yeah, I believe we have this. Expo. Now it says for Windows users, we need to have WSL enabled. So we need to do that. So this step, if you're on a Mac or if you're on Linux, you probably won't need to do this step. If you're on Windows, you need to do this step. So let's do this. So I have the documentation open already for this. We need to install the Windows subsystem for Linux. So I'll make this a bit bigger. I've never done this before. Let's see if it works. So we need to copy this and run it in PowerShell as an admin. So let's try to open Windows PowerShell and let's see if we can run as administrator. Yes. All right, so we're running PowerShell as an admin. Let's see if I can make it bigger. All right, I don't know how to make it big, the text bigger, but I'm just copying and pasting what I just got out of this window on the right-hand side. And enable Windows optional feature. Cool. All right, so it looks like it's doing something here. Let's see. Do you want to restart the computer to complete operation now? Oh, no, I got to restart. I was afraid this was going to happen. Ah, it does. It says restart right there. I was reading through all these documents as fast as I could right before this, and I didn't see a restart. All right, it looks like we're going to have to restart. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to restart, which basically the stream is just going to freeze up for like a second. The restarts on this machine, because it's pretty new, are actually very quick. So let's just get it over with now. Let's restart. I should be back. Hang in there for maybe like, I don't know, 2 minutes at the most. And we'll do this restart. All right, cool. Can you all hear me now? Am I back? It looks like I'm back. So, I'm going to keep going. All right, sweet. Back up. Yeah, actually, the thing that took me the longest, that was a really quick restart, was that it restarted me, and by default, my YouTube account is set to my personal account. So it tried to log me back into the freeCodeCamp control panel, but it wouldn't let me in because I wasn't freeCodeCamp. So I switched to my phone for a second just to give y'all an update. But anyway, it's working now. So let me turn the stream off on my phone. And let's get rid of my VPN and bring up my code. Sweet. Actually, honestly, like, if you get a good Windows system, restarts are really fast. It used to be Windows were like super hard to restart. Sweet. Looks like there's a VS Code extension for the Windows Linux subsystem. So I'm just going to install it because it seems like cool. I'll read more about that later on, but I guess it's good to have. Semantic highlighting has been applied. Sweet. All right. So now that we have that, we can continue on. We need to install a Linux distribution. I think I'm going to go with Ubuntu because that's what I'm used to using out of any Linux distro. I don't really know if anybody has any suggestions as to whether to install Ubuntu 16.04 or 18.04. Let me know in the chat. I've used 16 more often, but I don't really know what the difference is in upgrading to 18. So I'm going to have to make a decision here in like 3 minutes. So just let me know. Let's go 16 or 18. All right, so looks like we got one vote for 18. I'll go with 18. I mean, honestly, it's obviously the newer version, so we may as well go with the newer version. I'm gonna open this in a new window so I can keep the documentation open. And let's read the next. It looks like we open it up, we just get it, it installs it, and then we initialize, which I already have that documentation open as well. So we'll do the initialization. All right, looks like everybody's saying 18. Cool. Gam002 says do Debian. It's the most stable. If I had more time to research, maybe I'd think about Debian. But for right now, like, it's been a while since I used Ubuntu, but I'm more familiar with all the commands and stuff. So I think I'm just gonna go with Ubuntu. I don't really think that we're gonna have to do that much with it. I think it just needs to be installed to do the rest of the steps for Expo. But let's get that and get it started. Yeah, let's open Microsoft Store. Get it. Install. All right, it's going pretty quick. It doesn't seem like it'll be too much longer. So once we get this, we need to initialize. So let's look at these steps while we're waiting for the install. And launch a distro. All right, so we'll launch it, and I need to set up an account, update and upgrade the packages. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. And that's it. All right, seems pretty easy. We probably can just get that started and then move on to another step, and while we're waiting for that to finish. This is really sweet. Colors they got. Look at this. They got the weather on here. I wonder how they had that all set up. Anyway, that's pretty cool. This is kind of cool. I'm actually glad I'm getting installed. I'm installing this. I'm going to probably play around with this after the stream. Okay, cool. So almost done with the installation. Looks like maybe 75% of the way done there. So we'll get to that in a second. I think we can get rid of this step. We can get rid of this step now. And what else can we get rid of? Yay. All right, so let's launch it. So, installing this may take a few minutes, so not a problem. We got other steps that we can do that don't depend on this step yet. So there's a guide here to deploying to the app stores. And there's a lot of stuff about making sure it works on different phones. I'm going to skip over a lot of that because really for this first MVP launch, like, it just needs to work on my phone. All right, that was really fast. Enter a new username. All right, I'm just going to enter my name. And I'm going to create a password with LastPass. And let's paste that in there. See if it lets me paste. Cool. What? Alright, so I guess it's not allowing copy and paste. So I'm just going to have to type in a password. Alright, cool. Sweet. So we're in. Now we need to do our apt-get. So we're going to copy this. We're going to do sudo, which like lets you run as an admin, and then update and upgrade all our apps. So let's paste that. Why is it not letting me paste anything? Dang it. All right. Well, I'll just type it then. Sudo apps upgrade, and where are you at? Sudo apps. Oops, I messed it up. Update and upgrade. All right, cool. That's doing its thing. Oh, it looks like Samip says Control Shift copy and paste for copy and pasting a Linux terminal. Oh, and Michael says too. All right, sweet. Thank you for that. I will definitely be using that in the future. All right, so we just need to wait for that. And one of the next steps we need to have is an app icon and a splash screen. So I'm going to go with the... it says we need to provide something that's at least 512 by 512 pixels, but we need 1024 by 1024 for iOS. So eventually we're going to be on iOS, so I think we're just going to go with 1024 by 1024. Do you want to continue? Yes, let's continue. So I have a free image editing software called GIMP, so GIMP. I'm just going to use that. Let's see. I think I already started it didn't save. I started like right before the stream a template, but we can just create it again. So I'm just going to create one that's the dimensions we want. 1024 by 1024. So now we have this. We have our background. And let's just make a solid color background. I don't know what color to do. Let's just got it. There we go. There's our paint bucket. Color fill. There's a pattern fill. Whoa, what patterns can we do? Background color fill. Fill whole selection. All right. What colors? Right now we have black and red, or black and white. Let's change it to something else. How about just this blue color? Let's use blue. I think our button's blue in our app, so that's like the only color we're using, other than like the red color. So let's do that. Oops. Why is that not filling? Foreground fill? There we go. Alright, so we got our color here. Let's make a new layer. New layer. And let's call this layer text. And inside our text layer, let's add a text box. And I'm just going to type in our text box SF. And the color, we're gonna make the color white so we can actually see it. And let's make the text like, I don't know, like 100 pixels. And let's use there we go. Let's use this font. I don't know why I can't see it. Oops, because the color got changed. Okay. There we go. You can tell I'm not like I'm not at all very skilled at this kind of work. So my icon is just gonna be letters. And we're just going to make big letters. On a background. Okay, because I'm not skilled at anything artistic. So eventually it'd be cool to like get a real icon. But for right now, I just need to get something done. Actually, let me check back in on this Linux thing. Cool. It looks like everything ran all right. So I think we're good. And we're good with Linux. I'm going to leave it open just in case there's another step that I forgot about, but I think we're good and everything's fine for that step of getting the Linux distro running. So let's see. That looks like pretty much in the center. I'm not too worried about it. So we can export this as, so what we can do is first thing we can do is save, and let's save this as just sf.xcf, so that way we can come in and edit it if we need to. And then we're going to export it as a ping, so sf.png. Okay, so we have that exported. Now, actually, let me check. Alright, I think my 25 minutes is up. The timer got reset when I restarted. So let me go back to the chat right now. For about 5 minutes, I'm going to go back to the chat. I'm going to answer some questions. When we come back, we're going to take this same design here and just change the dimensions, and we're going to make a splash screen. Okay, and then we should have everything we need to go forward with doing our first like build. Maybe we might use the Android simulator in Android Studio to do one test run before we actually deploy it. But we're getting close to being able to deploy this. Alright, so let's see the chat. There's a lot of people saying hello, so hello everybody. Someone says, stay home, stay safe, Corona fact. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Someone's asking, will I learn web development in this? I assume they're asking, like, in this live stream, will you learn web development? This one, probably not, because we're doing a lot of, like, setup work. There's not really a lot of code going on in this stream. But in the previous streams, we do a lot more code, so you might learn a little bit more from that. Let's see. I'm a full-stack MERN web developer. So that's Mongo, Express, React, and Nginx. Is that MERN? I think that's MERN. I need, or is it not Nginx? Is it Node? I can't believe I can't remember what MERN stack stands for. Is the N in MERN Node or Nginx? Let me know in the chat because I can't remember. I need a project. Please help me. Actually, I worked on Upwork, but I don't get any job last month. and then there's your Skype. So yeah, if anybody needs a MERN-Stack developer for a project, check out the chat at the beginning of the stream for Neurosity has their Skype info in there. Yeah, actually, a lot of people are getting laid off, at least in the United States. A lot of people are getting fired because of the coronavirus. So that's rough. Like, hang in there, everybody. I know that's tough. My wife lost her job on Monday, so I definitely understand. Things are rough. So if you can, help each other out. If you didn't lose your job, like, try to help out where you can. All right. Someone asked what coding language this is. The app is built with JavaScript, so with React Native. All right, somebody's spamming the chat. See, let's hide. We're gonna hide that. So let's see. Amir asked if there's a playlist of this. You know what? Now that we have, we're up to 5 streams now. I think I will make a playlist of this, so that'll be coming. I'll try to make a playlist at some point today for it. Someone asked what this app will be able to do. This app will be able to track the level of focus that you currently have on whatever you're doing, and then warn you when your level of focus is dropping. Charbel says, "What are you using for rendering React Native?" I'm not exactly sure what you mean by rendering React Native, but we use Expo. So that's, I don't know if that's exactly what you mean, but let me know if that answers your question. Benson asks if it's morning or night. It's 12:30 p.m. where I'm at right now. Bloody Creature says, don't waste your time. Self-taught programming takes too long. Well, it does take a while, but I don't think it's a waste of time. Like, to be honest with you, teaching myself to program was a huge thing. Like, in terms of being able to provide for my family. Like, if you take like the job I had before I started to teach myself programming and the job I have now, I make about 5 times as much money per year now as I did before. And that was just from self-taught programming. So it took me a while. It took me a couple years. I didn't get there overnight. I had jobs in between. But, it definitely is better. Like, I didn't have to spend any money on going to university or all that time. I was able to make money the whole time. So I don't think self-taught programming, it takes too long or is a waste of time. It was actually a really good way for me to keep working and keep learning and keep paying the bills and providing for my family without having to go into debt from student loans and stuff. And now, like, I'm very lucky. I'm able to make more money, for my family than I ever thought I would be able to. So, yeah, it worked out for me. See. A lot of people are asking like what we're doing for this app. So I explained that a couple times already. So I guess if you're just joining and you didn't hear the explanations, you can always rewind to like beforehand in the stream to hear the explanation and then come back to the like what we're doing now. If you're joining a little bit late and want to catch up, you can always like rewind the stream to the beginning and then play it on double speed, and then you'll get everything that happened and you'll catch up with us on the live. So I recommend doing that. If you join like in the middle and you're totally lost, that's a good option. Let's see. Blazing Up says, never even heard of React Native before. Is it good? I think it's good. I think if you already know JavaScript, then it's a really, really good way to build native apps. without having to learn different languages for Android and iOS. Oh no, my timer quit again. Alright, that's it. I'm done with this timer. This is like 3 streams in a row now that my timer quit working. So, I gotta find a new timer. That one is just not working for us. I thought it had been a long time here. Alright, so I didn't get through all the questions. I'm going to stop and get back to the code now. I'll come back to the questions though. Alright, so we've saved this as our app icon. Now we need to do a... let's find this. We need to do a splash screen, which I also have up here. Actually, well, let's upload this while we're waiting. So I found this site, which is an app icon generator, which you upload your icon in 1024 by 1024 pixels, and then it'll give you icons in different sizes and files. So let's do that. We're gonna name it. How do we upload? So let's upload our file, which we named. What did we name it? It should be right here. Unless it went to a different folder. No, the default folder to save those files is right here. That's really odd. Let's look in our folder system then. That's weird. Let me export it again. See where it went. sf.png. Oh, it went into documents. That's weird. For some reason, the default folder was documents. Alright, so we'll go to documents. SF. There we go. And I want to name it the same thing that we have in our app currently, just to like save time. So it's icon.png. Let's generate these. I'm not going to worry about the iOS stuff for now. We'll do probably like a different stream at some point and do the iOS build and everything. Alright, so we have our icons, and I want to unzip these. Whoops. I think I opened this twice. Yeah, I did. Alright, so... what did it send me? Wow. Send a lot of different files here. Let's see what the heck it said. I just want... That's crazy. Alright, well, let's just extract them all for now. So we can take a look at them here. See what we want. Bring this over. App icons. Alright, so this one looks like Play Store. That's what we really want. So I'm just going to grab that one, I think. Yeah, for now I'm just grabbing this one. I think we just need one for now. I actually think... what is the difference with this? Yeah, maybe we didn't need to do that. You know what? I'm not going to use those. I thought we'd get like different ones that would have worked, but I think I'm just going to pull over the file that we made, so in our documents, and so we have this SF, and I'm gonna pull that over to our assets, and I'm gonna delete this icon, and I'm gonna rename this one. There we go. So now that'll be our icon, and we can move on to our splash screen. Let's see, is this the icon page? Let's get rid of this page. We don't need that anymore. Splash screen. Okay. Add a splash screen. I thought I had this open already. I guess not. All right, 1242 by 2436. All right, now this is for iOS, but I read through this a little bit earlier. I just kind of skimmed through it, and I believe this will also work for Android. So we're gonna try to do that as well. So let's go back to our image editor. What we got? Yep. And I'm gonna pull this over. We don't need the full screen. I'm gonna shrink it up a little bit so we can see our instructions as well. 1224. Okay. So let's take our background and let's see if we can resize it. No, I don't think I can from there. Let's talk about. Let's see if we can do it here. Image. Canvas size? Yeah. All right, cool. Let's change the canvas size to. We want width to be 1242 pixels, and we want it to be 2436 pixels tall. Let's resize that, and let's put the SF part right in the middle. That looks that looks okay. All right, cool. So now we have a different size. We have our background here. Let's see if we can fill in our background with this color. I don't know if we can. Foreground color. Yeah, it's not gonna let us. What do we need to do here? Let's scale layer, change size, resize layer to the size of image. Let's see if that'll work. Sweet, that works. All right, cool. All right, awesome. So we resized our background layer. Now let's export this, and let's just export this. I guess we could say we'll go SF Splash. I'm saying SF because I've decided to name the app Stay Focused. I don't really know if there's another app named that though, or how that works, but that's just the name that I thought of. Yep, export. All right, now let's move this over. Where's oops. Oh, there it is. Let's delete our splash and change this to splash. Cool. All right, so we should have what we need, and I think our app.json already is showing what we need. So yeah, so our splash, it's already there. Background color. Actually, so let's change our background color to match what we made the background color for our app. We should be able to find that out, I think, from this. What's the current? There we go. There's our hex color. Cool. Let's save that. That might be the only code change that we need to do. Alright, cool. And I think we're just going to leave everything else for the splash screens as like the defaults. And we're going to be done with that step. And let's see, actually we're done with this as well. Let's get rid of that. Deploy. Alright, yeah, a lot of this stuff I'm not going to worry about for now. Okay, we need Android permissions. We might need permissions for that vibrate feature. Yeah, let's check out our permissions here. Okay, so we do have vibrate. All right, let's add that then. Whoops, forgot the comma. Android, and then permissions, and permissions is an array of strings vibrates. Okay. Alright, so we should be good there. Let's get rid of that. And comment app rejections. I'm not going to worry about the app rejections until we get rejected. So let's get rid of that. Alright, let's talk about... Okay, so way back to where we started here. We're still on step 1. Installed it. Install G, Expo CLI, install. Okay, so I am using Yarn. Let's just go ahead and be 100% sure that we have installed this. And we're going to do a global install. Is this going to work without... Let's see if it works without me running this as an admin. It might give us an error if I'm not an admin. If it does, no big deal. We'll just reopen as an admin. Alright. We've already, I believe, configured app.json. Well, let's see. For Android, at least, looks like we're going to need to have a package name and a version code. I don't think we have that yet, so let's try that. Let's create a package, and I guess I'll just use the com.yourcompany.yourappname. I don't know what my company name is going to be. Just name it after myself and your app name. Stay focused. And then version code is going to be 1. This is version 1. There we go. Save that. Alright. Still fetching packages. Alright, we'll give that another minute. If nothing happens, then maybe I'll stop it and then do it. Oh, cool. Just being too impatient there. Looks like it's still doing its thing. Let's see. I'm going to stop maybe in like 10 minutes and get back to some questions. So hang in there if you're asking some questions. I will get to the chat again, and like I said, I'm going to 10 minutes. So about 1 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to stop and do questions. I went over a little bit on the last question, so sweet. All right, so we're definitely installed now. It looks like maybe I didn't have this installed globally. I think maybe I just had it installed locally, like on this package. So good thing we went through that. So that should work. And name, icon, and version are required. Slug is the URL name that your JavaScript is just published to. Let's see if we have slug. Alright, stay focused. Just double checking to make sure we have what we need. It looks good. I'm not worried about iOS for right now. SDK version, do we have that? Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's take out iOS from our platforms for right now, since we're not targeting iOS at the moment. We'll just do Android and web. We can start the Android build. Okay. All right. This is interesting. Let's take the time to understand this here, because we are building for Android. So we can do a build APK or an Android app bundle. App bundles are recommended, but you have to make sure the Google Play app signing is enabled for your project. You can read more about it here. Okay, and it looks like we'll need a key store that they will generate for us, which is sweet because I don't know what that is. If you let Expo generate a key store for you, we strongly recommend that you later fetch the key store and back up your key store. All right, we'll do that, and I'll save it in LastPass. We'll need that to update the app. All right, cool. Let's skip down, wait for it to finish building. Okay. So we can call a webhook. That'll let us know when the build is done. I'm not going to worry about that. And we can test it. We'll definitely want to test it. And then we'll submit it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do first. We're going to test it before we go through the build, because the build seems like it may take a little bit. But then test, and then we'll run this. And so let's do the test. And this is going to be, actually, let's commit the changes we made. We need to git add, git commit. We have this message, add icons and update app.json. We're going to push that to GitHub. So that's pushed, and now let's run yarn start. And let's try to run this on the Android emulator. Alright, looks like I'll have to start it first, so let's do Android Studio. This would be a nice test of the power of this computer to see if we can run all this. We need to do AVD Manager, and I already set up a test pixel device. So let's start that up. Hey, it was already running the previous version before we did all the updates here. Alright, so now that that's running, we should be able to run this again. I'm just pressing the A button as a shortcut to start this up. I could come over here and press the emulator button. Alright, so now we should get a connection here at some point. It's possible that we might need to refresh the app, which we can do. Let's do a refresh now. There we go. Alright, so now it's going to load the new stuff. Sweet. So now we have the new stuff here. We can try to link. Let's try to link our device and actually log in once and see if that, just to run through, make sure we don't get any crazy errors or anything, right? So I need to go on my other screen here and grab some of my info. So I'm going to grab device ID and password. Oops. No, let me paste. It's not letting me paste. No. There's got to be a setting on here to let me paste stuff in here. Is there a keyboard option? No. All right. There we go. Well, at least I found the dark theme. If I have to actually type out, it's gonna take 5 minutes to type everything out. That's crazy. You know what? Actually, there we go. There's the paste. All right. If I hold in for a second, it just hit me like, oh, maybe I have to paste like I do normally on an Android device, and that's you just hold in the button like you're tapping, like a long tap, and then you get paste. So, crisis averted. I just should like not make my password 70 characters long, and then maybe I'd be all right. I just listened to too many hacker podcasts, and now it's made me paranoid about making my passwords very long. But I figure, like, if we're dealing with data from my own brain, I should have long passwords, right? Sweet. All right, let's see. So, setting a timer for a long period of time, multiple minutes, is a performance and correctness issue on Android. Let's read this, what it's saying. As it keeps the timer module awake, and timers can only be called when the app is in the foreground. Okay, that's fine. Saw a set timeout. Do we have a set timeout in our app? Oops. I don't need that. Alright, so we don't actually have a set timeout in our code, so I'm guessing that's in maybe one of the packages we're using. So can't really do anything about that, so I'm gonna dismiss that. Alright, cool. So this looks good. We're logged in. I don't actually have the headset on, so let me turn the headset on just so that we can verify, like, with data, if we're gonna get like, if it will work with the data. Once we do that, we can actually do the build. Another way I could test this is I could hook up my Android phone by a USB cable to my computer, and we could test like that. But if I did that, you all wouldn't be able to see it, so that's why I'm not testing that way. We did that a couple of streams ago, and it did work with the previous version of the app. None of the logic has really changed too much, so I think it's fine. It'll still work. What I don't think we can test is the vibration feature. So I don't know if we're going to see anything at all when the app is supposed to vibrate. But this Notion device is starting. This is the brain-computer interface. I'll put this on in a second, and we should see some real data from this. As soon as the operating system on this is started, then we'll go forward with it. While I'm waiting for that, which should only be a few more seconds, I'll check the chat. All right. I got some questions about what am I building. It's a brain-computer app that checks your level of focus. If you want to know more about it, you can check out previous streams or go to, like, the beginning of this stream, and you should be able to get a better explanation. While I'm waiting for the device to start too, I want to remind everybody that if you're interested in this particular device, the Notion from Neurosity, you can check out my YouTube channel. The link's in the description. I did a more in-depth review of this device and showed off some of the stuff that it can do. So check that out. I also do some coding tutorials. I just did one on TypeScript, like an intro to TypeScript. I did a video on JavaScript documentation. Cool, it's online, so let me put this on. So if you at all like what I'm doing here, please check out my channel as well. And I'm trying to do, since everybody's in quarantine, I'd like to do some type of content, probably like a live stream or a video every day. I'm going to try to alternate between live streams on freeCodeCamp and a video on my own channel. So hopefully it's helpful to some people, especially if you're quarantined by yourself. I'm hoping that maybe this is, like, a little bit of interaction with other developers, with me and with the people in the live stream. I know it's probably tough for a lot of people right now. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not a mental health expert. But I do know how to code, so I'm going to do that. All right, this looks like it's working. So as I suspected, we're not really getting the vibration because it's a simulator. But since I successfully tested the vibration before on a real device, then I'm just going to assume that it works. So cool, that works. All right, I'm going to test logging out now. Oh, okay, you know what? When we log out, nothing happens on the screen. That's interesting. I think maybe we should have something happen on the screen. Otherwise, users would have to, like, close the app. Something needs to happen. Let's fix that before we do anything else, because I think that's a big deal. I'm going to take this off just for now so I can put my headphones back up. Yeah, I think that's actually that would be a pretty annoying thing if a user had to, like, constantly restart every time they logged out. So let's fix that now. And let's see how we can do that. So when we log out, what would change? So let's see. Right now, the login page is shown if we don't have a user. So what does log out do? So Notion log out. Let's find our log out function. Oh, we just directly call notion.logout. Let's see what we could do. I think if we create a function that's a logout function and we add notion.logout, then we can also manually clear the user, and that should fix it. So let's add a logout function. We're going to do a logout, and it's going to take no parameters, and we're going to do a notion.logout, and we're also going to set user back to, let me see what we have. User, we're going to set it back to null. Oops, set user null. Okay, let's save that. And see, like, a lot of stuff is happening here. We should be able to see, oops, permission denied for what? Let's dismiss all that. Let's do a refresh. It looks like, all right, let me copy my password again. Okay. No, when we log out this time, it should go back to our other screen. Okay, cool, it did. Oh no, but we're automatically getting logged in. And we're getting a warning. Okay, I think warnings are okay, and it won't like crash our app, so I'm okay with that for right now. If we get any red colored notifications that are errors, then I'll be more worried. But I do want to see, so we had the issue of the auto logging in happening, and I want to make sure that we're not doing that anymore. So we had that happening because of, I believe it was Notion login. Was it this one was automatically logging in? I think it was. All right, let's see if this will work. I'm thinking that if we take out user and set user as things that we need to track in here, that might solve our issue, because this won't reset. Let's see. All right, cool. So it didn't log us in. Let's submit this. And let's log out. Cool. All right, so now everything was still saved, which is actually pretty useful. And it's not doing that. So let's manually refresh just to verify. All right, and the thing is, it's making us log in again. We did want to avoid that. We wanted to avoid having to log in again, so I thought we had it. We did have it set up so that if we had the device ID, we would get a new Notion, and we would set Notion. Which that's actually kind of weird that our auto login is not working. Let's test this. Let's run on a web browser too, because we had it working on a web browser. Can't be reached. Why not? Okay. Looks like it's got to build. Wonder if I can run it on web and Android at the same time. Alright, so this is automatically linking. But has it... Okay. Alright. Alright, there is some weirdness going on with automatically starting, but at least like it does seem to be saving. So it's saving the ID, which I'm okay with that. If the user happens to have a password manager, they can save their password. So I'm okay with that for now. Alright. Oops, I went over time. I'm gonna go back to the chat now. I apologize. I totally lost track of time. I should have checked the chat like 10 minutes ago. So let me go to the chat now and take about 5 minutes here in the chat. Hey, David Corbin's here. He says, hey, Jesse, keep up the great work. Thanks, man. Good to see you in here. I work with David. He is like a Kubernetes expert. Moshiko says, how do you manage to stay focused over time? I don't know. I guess when I really need to stay focused, like I'm gonna be honest, I take like a supplement called G Fuel. That's a bunch of B vitamins and like other vitamins and caffeine, and it does help me stay focused. So that's what I do when I really need to focus. Other than that, I don't know. Just like take breaks when I need to. Yeah. Boim LOL says, how many years of experience do you have? I don't know. It's been a lot. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Maybe 7. I'm trying to think back to when I started. From the time when like I actually started getting paid to do coding, like consistently, I'm gonna say like somewhere around 7-ish years. Ashish says, it's my first live session on freeCodeCamp. Oh, congratulations. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Gam002 says, how many hours of coding experience would you have approximately? Oh, I have no idea. I'd have to do some serious math and estimation work on that one. I don't know. I mean, I guess like, so if I've been coding for about 7 years full time, then I mean, you figure, I wouldn't say that I would have like 40 hours a week of coding because so much time is spent in meetings and things like that. Like, let's just be like very conservative in our estimate and say estimate 20 hours a week coding. Let's factor in vacations and sick days. So let's say like 20 hours per week coding and 50 weeks a year for 7 years. So let me get my calculator out because I don't want to make simple math mistakes live on YouTube, right? So let's do this. 20 times 50 times 7. All right, we're going to say 7,000 coding hours. So I guess that's a lot of hours, right? And I mean, that's definitely a really big estimation, right? Because there were probably some weeks when I did less than that and some weeks when I did more than that. But that's my best estimate of coding, which I probably have done more than that because 20 hours a week is not really that much. And there's been times when I've been working full-time coding and then also have an extra part-time project on the side. But that's a decent estimate. I'd say I have at least 7,000 coding hours at this point. Bart says, hey from France. Hey, how's it going? AYR? How do you pronounce AYR? But anyway, it says, what resources did you use to study? FreeCodeCamp. So freeCodeCamp.org has a great curriculum, which is, I really like it. Use that. I used Udacity, has free courses, a lot of YouTube videos. There's a YouTube channel called Learn Code Academy that I really liked. There's a YouTube channel called Dev Tips that I liked to watch. Let's see, Codecademy had some great free content. And then, of course, like documentation, Stack Overflow, articles and stuff, Mozilla Developer Network. So those were all like my main resources. And yeah. Let's see. And then actually like building projects is a great resource. Let's see. Opinion on TypeScript. Sameep says, what's your opinion on TypeScript? Will it replace JavaScript in the next 5 years? I don't think it'll replace JavaScript. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know the numbers. I haven't looked into it that much, but I doubt that it'll replace JavaScript. Charbel says, make a new timer. Yeah, I could make a new timer. Somebody that used to watch the streams a lot, his name's Harshit, he made a timer for me, but I forgot the URL, so I just need to figure out what the URL of it is and go to that timer. That one always worked really well. All right, that was about 5 minutes of chat, so I'm gonna go back now because we need to build now. So the I guess I should say, like, keeping the user logged in is not working exactly like we had it working before, but it's still saving the ID, so I'm okay with that. And then, like I said, if the user has some sort of password manager, they could save their other credentials in here, and I think that would be okay. Maybe we could potentially give the user an option to stay completely logged in all the time on a future update, but I don't want to make that the default. So I'm going to leave it off for now. Plus, I just really want to get this bundled up into the App Store. Like I said, we are having some error messages come up. I shouldn't say error. We're having some warnings come up, which I'm okay with for now, because I don't think it'll crash our app. I think we'll be all right. So we're not having any crashes. So I think we're good to keep on going. Let's do. We're gonna have to save the changes that we just made. We're gonna do an AM flag for our commit, and let's do fix because this was a bug. Let's see, take So I'm committing this, and it says it's to take user back to login screen after logging out. I'm going to push that. If you want to see the code that I'm pushing, then check out the GitHub repo. The link's in the description. All right, let's go to, I'm going to shut down now our Expo server and close out. I have a lot of windows here that are not necessary right now, so I don't need this right now. We did that. I don't think we need this. And app bundles. I don't think we need this. I'll keep it up. I must open it for a reason, so I'm going to keep it up for now. Now we're going to do a build. So let's run the Expo build for Android. And then it looks like we're going to have to answer some questions for this and let it run for a little bit. And while it's running, I can answer some more questions. So we're going to do Expo build Android. And I guess we'll have to make a new Expo account because I don't think I ever made one. Just crazy that I never made one because I've been using Expo for years. But I'm almost positive I do not have an account. So let's make a new one. It's cool that I don't have one because then we get to go over the whole process live. Username, I'll just say Jay Weigel. And password, I'm going to make a password over here with LastPass so I can have LastPass generate secure passwords. Jay Weigel already exists. Interesting. Let's see if I have an Expo account. Expo.io. Let's see if I can log in. Forgot password. Email. jesseweigel@gmail.com. Alright, I'm going to open my email on another screen here. Evidently, I do have an Expo account. Well, maybe I do. Maybe somebody just used the name Jay Weigel for an account. Well, I do have a password. So I'm going to reset my password here on this other screen. And I'm going to use that new password that I just made. And save password. And I'm adding this account to LastPass, so we'll have it. Cool. Let's log into my account. Sweet. I have no builds. Alright, cool. So let's try this now. And let's pick the right answer. Log in with existing account. Jay Weigel. There's the password. Sweet. Let Expo handle the process. Definitely. Wait. Build iOS bundle. I said Android. Set Expo debug true in your dev environment to view the stack trace. What happened? Maybe I hit the wrong... Did I hit the wrong thing? Oh, okay, it wants... I thought it would just automatically pick that. Answer 1. Is that gonna work? No, it said false. Why did it say false? Alright, what am I doing wrong here, everybody? Let's make this bigger. Alright, so it says, let's try this again. Expo build Android. Just there's a new version of Expo CLI available. Like, we literally just installed this globally. How did we get the older version? Alright, let's do this. Let's get the new version first of all. well, let's try to npm install it this time. How about that? We used yarn before. Maybe I had installed it with npm originally, and for some reason it's using that one instead of the yarn one. I mean, you all saw me not that long ago install this. So while that's going, then we will let me double check. So start the build, Expo build Android, right? Okay. Wow. This is taking... Well, we'll see. Let me go to the chat. I'll answer some questions, and then if I get through all the questions and we're still not finished with this, then we'll handle that if it happens. We have a question that says, can you loop through an array of audio files? Hello from France. Hey, how's it going? I'm assuming you can loop through an array of anything. I'm not sure like how the audio files are, like the format or anything. Like, I don't have experience with that, but if you have an array, like, I'm assuming you can loop through it. Valentino says, what's a brain computer? Nah, JJ says, what's a computer? This is the brain computer. It reads your brain waves and then sends them wherever you want them to go, like in terms of to an app or a website or something like that. You can learn more about this. I did a video review on my YouTube channel. The link's in the description for my channel, so you can check out to learn more. It's called the Notion, and it's built by a company called Neurosity. Wizok says React Native was fun, but Flutter was better. I haven't had a chance to use Flutter yet. I've heard good things about it. Still using React Native, so yeah, can't really comment too much on that. But yeah, what do you all think about Flutter? I don't want to start a battle between React Native and Flutter because I think they're both good. But if any of y'all have used it, what do you think? Tasha says, what database are you using? Currently, I have no database set up for this particular app, so no database. I don't know what the Neurosity device has like its own operating system and server, and they might have a database running on here, and I don't know what it is. But in terms of like what we built for this app, I don't have anything for a database. Arif says, why am I here? Obviously because you wanted to watch some code, right? Or it was an accident, in which case, welcome, and feel free to ask any questions if you have them. LRJ says, I am human. Excellent. So am I. DLTD says, y'all so smart, wish I can catch up. Oh, don't worry about it. We're not... This is the 5th stream that we've done, so like if anybody can like jump right in and understand what's going on at this point, then you have to be like very smart and experienced at this. So feel free to ask as many questions as you can or as you want to, and go back and watch the previous streams. Definitely recommend watching them at double speed. It'll help you to catch up, and I think the streams are easier to watch in double speed. Like I talk kind of slowly, I take my time, so double speed is better. Papsdu says, can you suggest to me some good channels or websites for Android development? I don't know too much about specifically Android development. He says using Java or Kotlin. Yeah, I don't know for sure. So I know the freeCodeCamp YouTube channel that I'm on right now does have some videos about different types of development, so we probably have something about Java and Kotlin, so I'd check that out. Other than that, though, I don't really know too much about resources for that. Let's see. Got a few people joined saying hello, so hey, how's it going? XX Snooky says, do you have any tips for people learning C#? Not really. What is this telling me? I'm going to close this since we can't connect to the server anymore. So there we go. There we go. Closing a few things. I thought it just occurred to me that, hey, if I close all this other stuff, maybe this will install more quickly. So actually it did. So let's try to run this again, see if we're on the right version now and if that makes a difference. Right, because if we're using the latest instructions, it's possible that because I was on an old version, that's why it wasn't working. I don't know. It's just a thought. I want to see answer. So I'm trying to go up and down to see if I can change this, like up and down, but that's not working. So I guess let Expo handle the process. Let's see. Huh. Why is it doing this? All right, we're gonna have to go into research mode here for a minute. So let's see. And one thing I don't understand is why it keeps trying to build the iOS bundle when we're trying to just do Android. Let's see what we can get. All right, cool. Okay. Looks like we need to start Expo. So let's run Expo. That's kind of odd. I would have thought we didn't want it running when we do the build, but I guess that is not the case. So we want to, and actually this makes sense, right? If it's trying to connect, then we definitely want it running. All right, cool. So let's try it again. I don't like that it automatically put in false for me here. Because I think I need the key store. So while this is doing its thing, I want to look. I'll look this up and see if anybody else is having issues with that. I have this up already. Well, I guess when this is all over, we'll try to grab our key store, see if it exists. Otherwise, we'll have to figure something out for our key store. It seems like as long as we can... When will we have to upload? Otherwise, feel free to upload your own. That's weird. Oh, well. Alright, while that's happening, let me go back to the chat. Alright, the last question was, do you have any tips for people learning C#? I don't really know. I guess just similar tips for learning anything. Try to do a little bit with it every day. Just keep on, like, try to build real projects with it. One Future says, how can I improve Redux skill? Example or project. Redux is hard. I'm a junior front-end dev. Yeah, I guess for Redux, try to start out with something very simple, because Redux is difficult. So try to start out with a simple project. Once you see it all working together on a project, it gets a lot easier. But, you know, I definitely try to find some sort of tutorial that'll give you a very simple project. You know, you can check out like the Redux documentation and go through that. Redux is going to take a while for you to understand. It's just kind of difficult at first. So don't be discouraged if it's taking a while. It is complex. Solo Code Ninja says, hello, brother. Hey, how's it going? Zero says, you can build iOS apps on a PC? No, I don't think you can. I think you could just build Android. Although Expo might let you build, like, maybe Expo, like, build it on their servers. I'm not really sure how that'll work with Expo, but I'm worried about building the Android stuff right now. I assumed I would have to switch to my Mac to do the iOS stuff. Zanik says, what up? Can you do HTML, please? I don't do much like straight HTML on my live streams. Mostly I'm doing React Native nowadays. Chinmay says, how much did it cost? Oh, I assume you're talking about this brain computer interface. I believe it was like $1,000, somewhere around there. This was like one of like the first test devices. I don't know what the retail price is going to be once they actually have them available, like the finished product available. Chinmay says, Flutter is amazing, still growing. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think Flutter will be a legitimate like competitor to React Native, or I don't want to say competitor because that's like the wrong way to look at it. I think it'll be a more legitimate option once the community grows, right? One thing I think React Native has that Flutter doesn't yet, just because it's a lot older, is a much bigger ecosystem, more packages available, and Flutter will get there, right? As long as it keeps growing, and more people using it, it'll get there. It's just it takes time. So I think right now the Flutter ecosystem is just not quite as big, right? And I mean that comes with there's good and bad about that. Like if you want to get in and really have an impact on an ecosystem, it's way easier to get in on an early ecosystem like Flutter than it is on something like React Native. But if you just want to get in and build stuff, the odds of you finding ready-made examples and libraries to do what you want to do on a younger project are lower than on an older project. So it really depends on what you want to do. Chinmay says, waiting for WebRTC on Flutter. Good. So like that's a good example. It's just depending on what you want to do, it may not be available for a younger project. It's not to say it's a bad project. It's just it's going to take time for people to start developing all the things that they need. see. Let's see. Mr. Naufal, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Apologies for that. Says, what about algo? Should I have to learn it before starting programming? You mean like algorithms? No, you definitely don't need to learn that before you start programming. You can start building stuff without that. Simo says, how to learn Spring Boot? I don't know because I don't really know it. A lot of people that I work with use it, but I don't know very much about it at all. If anybody else knows more about it, please let us know in the chat. Magmala says, bruh, I just learned drop-down menus on HTML. This is definitely out of my range. Oh, well, feel free to ask questions and watch if you want to. I understand if it's a little out of your range, but congrats on learning drop-down menus. And that's definitely a good skill to have when building websites. But yeah, I really hope that these streams will be good for people at any skill level, because I do my best to explain what's happening, and I do take any questions. So I guess don't try not to feel intimidated if you're just starting out, and I'm happy to explain what's going on. Vivek says, will you do any machine learning projects on the live stream? I might. We'll just see, how this goes. I think the data from the brain-computer interface, you could do some really cool machine learning stuff with that. So I'm thinking like that's a possibility at some point. And there's some other things that I think could be cool with machine learning that I'd like to do. So I don't have any plans to do it in the immediate future, but it is on my mind for some projects that I've thought of. Brian says, love from Kenya, love coding. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Adrian says, what React Redux package is the best? Easy peasy. I'm not sure what you mean by React Redux package. I guess if I were to start out, I would use Create React App to get started. I believe there's now a React Redux starter with Create React App where it'll scaffold out a React app with Redux already kind of connected. I haven't used it yet. I just read about it. So if I remember correctly, I think that is out there now. That would probably be the best way to get started with React and Redux. Oh, okay. I can monitor the progress of the build at the URL, which I think I already have that open though, right? Sweet. Build details. Building. Creating key store. Key store created successfully. Key store sent source. Oh, cool. So evidently we did get the key store created somehow, although it was not obvious from here. So let's check out some of the info we're getting from this. So we're not really getting great info in the console, which is cool that they got this thing here. So let's see. So we got the key store, starting the build process, icon setup, native modules. Whoa, build is finished. Sweet. Nice. Build successful. So cool. Alright. Let's download it. Got the APK. Very nice. And it's uploaded now to S3. Very cool. Alright, so let's go to the next step here. Alright, so we built. It's finished building. Let's test it. To run it on your Android device, make sure you have Android platform tools installed along with ADB, and then just run ADB install with USB plugging. Alright, I'm going to plug my device in, and then I'm going to try to install this that we've just made. on my Android device. And let's see. I need to plug it in the back of my my computer. So I forgot to bring. I was gonna switch this up and have a USB-C cable, but I forgot to bring it. So now I need to find my other cable that is USB on one end and USB-C on the other end. Alright, found it. And now I need to unplug something that I can plug this in. Hopefully y'all heard what I was saying. I wasn't in front of the mic, but okay. Alright, plugging that in. And I do have a robe on. It's cold in my basement, so it's not that professional, but this is how I like the streams to be authentic, and this is how I often code, so it is authentic. Alright, so I have that plugged in. Now I need to run the ADB install. Sweet. So let me move. Let me get rid of that. Let's turn that off, and I'm just gonna go out. Downloads, and let's see what we called it. Stay focused with all kinds of stuff. So let's see, ADB install, and then the file name. So let's do that. I'm pretty sure I had ADB working. ADB. Huh. I thought I ran an ADB command not that long ago. Alright, let's see. How do I get ADB to installed though? Android platform tools. Let me open up my Android Studio. Tools. All right, let me do a little search here. What was it called? Android platform tools. You get the latest SDK platform tools for Android Studio's SDK manager. Alright, so Android Studio has an SDK manager. Let's see if we can find. And from the SDK manager, we can get the tools. See how this goes. I should have gotten these when I downloaded downloaded this. So let me see if anybody. Oh, Berat says maybe you installed ADB for Windows system, but not for Ubuntu. Yeah, that's possible. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, SDK tools. Android SDK command line tools. It said not installed, so let's try to download those. Cool. That's kind of odd. I would have think something like that should have been the default, but I guess not. All right, cool. That was fast. All right, now let's see. I might have to restart the terminal. Yeah, or just start a new one. Let's see if I got. See. ADB. Try it. I doubt it would work in my Linux subsystem. Yeah. Oops, that was accident. Maybe I'll just try to do it this way. See if it works. I thought I just did this. Oh, it already exists. Why didn't it not? Why didn't it update? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Now, how do I install that? Simo says add ADB in variable environment. I wonder if I actually have access to any of the Android tools. That's very weird. Nothing. Man, it says add to environment path. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Add ADB. All right, let's see. All right, cool. Let's try this. Open Windows Explorer. Right click My PC. Properties. Advanced System Settings. Environment Variables. What do we got? Path. Double click it. Okay. Browse. Oops. See program files, ADB, and fast. All right, browse. ADB. I'm not seeing where to add this. Oh, I'm understanding. Just copy the downloaded folder path and add as a new path. Oh, that's right. We did download that. Okay. All right, that'll add it to Windows path. Oh, okay. I totally didn't see this first section. That seems like the easier one. But it looks like we don't have the .exes. We just have the DLLs. Unless, oh, actually, fast boot, ADB, application. Yeah, we could copy that to C Windows, and it should be good to go from the command line. Actually, let's do that. Let's just copy. I'm gonna copy those and then Windows. Oops, no. Cancel that. All right, so either way, that should work, at least for the Windows part, which is fine because I'll do command prompt. And let's see if we can do it now. ADB, yes, it works. All right, cool. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, so back to where we need to go for... There we go. No, I forget it's this. Actually, let me look here. Cool. I have ADB here as well, which is sweet. So I'm already in the downloads here. So let's just rerun this command that we just ran. Cool. So this should perform an install on my phone. Success. All right. So how do I actually run this then? All right, let's verify. Okay, so I have a device. It says it's installed, but I didn't see anything happen on my phone. Interesting. Okay. Let's troubleshoot that then. Okay, let's see. Manus says, it's much easier to have a copy of the APK on your phone and then install it manually. I could probably do it through Google Drive, right? Could upload the APK. I'll do that. On my other screen, I'm just uploading the APK. Oh, there we go. It works. It's in the process of uploading. I guess I'll start it on my device. All right, cool. So it uploaded. Let's go to Google Drive. I mean, I would like to know why it's not working, but, you know, just to get this started, we can do the upload here. Let's see. Where's my Google Drive? I'm going to download this. Downloading it to my device now. Cool. Download worked. All right. I'm installing. So I will say, as I'm installing this, twice it opened to give me like security warnings, because this 3 times it said there's security warnings here. But it's opening, so I don't know if you could see that. It is open on my machine, so that's pretty cool. Let's I guess I'm going to try to run this on my device, so I'm going to copy and paste my my key, or my device ID into Google Keep, so that I can easily copy and paste it into my phone and try it on my phone. Let's see. Cool. Google Keep syncs very quickly. It's really good for this kind of stuff. All right, I pasted that in. Let's put my email in, and password. I'll go into my LastPass and say, nope, I need Neurosity. All right, hopefully this is the right password. Nice. All right, cool. So it's working. So obviously I'm getting, it's vibrating. I don't know if you can hear that. You can hear that on the mic now. It's vibrating, and I don't have the headset on, so obviously like I'm not focused, right? And it's giving me this red message. Sweet. I'm gonna log out now so it stops with all this vibrating. Oh no, I logged out and it's still vibrating in red. That's a bug. But at least the vibrating only goes on for maybe like 10 seconds at the most, maybe less than that. But all right, that's cool. All right, very cool. So it works, and I believe I have like a stay focused icon now in my phone, which is really sweet. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so the little SF is in an icon. Very cool. All right, so that works. I'm going to go through the next step now of let's get rid of this and submit it. Uploading apps. So to upload the previously built standalone app to the App Store, you simply run Expo upload Android. But I thought we have to create an account, download its JSON private key. After that, you have to create an app on Google Play Console and upload your app manually at least once. Alright, so we got to go to Google Play Console. Which, cool. Now, I already signed up for an account on here, so you would have to do that step. Let's create an app. We're going to call it Stay Focused. Short description. Alert you when you start to lose focus. And the full description is works with the Neurosity Notion computer to with current level of focus. Device vibrates. All right, cool. All right, graphic assets. Screenshots. All right, we gotta add at least one phone screenshot. All right, well, I guess I'll take a screenshot from my phone then and download that. Alright. Or I guess I'll upload the screenshot to my Google Drive so that I can get it back down there. Alright, I know it's been a while since I've gotten to the chat, so I'll get back to the chat in just a minute. Let's try to get this screenshot uploaded. Alright, so the screenshot's being uploaded to Google Drive. I got my drive open on my other window, so I should be able to see when it gets there. Yep, and it's there. Now I'm going to download that screenshot. And should be able to, there we go. Uh-oh, need to resize your screenshot. Okay. It's too big. Feature graphic? Goodness, I need all this stuff. It's an application. Productivity. Content rating. Man, there's a lot of stuff to do this. Alright, well, let's just keep going then. Alright. High-res icon. Let's see if we can use that icon that we created. Dimensions required are 512 by 512. Okay. So let's take Pixlr. All right, so if I'm just resizing stuff, I like to use Pixlr. I can figure out how to get log on. Pixlr editor. Which one is the... I don't remember. This is different than what I was looking for. Maybe open image. Let's open this one. Image size. There we go. All right. Hopefully that'll work. So this is probably boring. I didn't realize how much was involved. And now this one needs to be minimum length 320. Interesting. All right. At least 2 screenshots are required. Oh, we need at least 2, huh? All right. Well, I guess I'll take another one then. Let me do one logged out, I guess. There we go. Okay. So let's go into the editor then, and let's get a new image. And I'm gonna upload this image. So we got this screenshot. Yeah, we want a new size, and it needs to be, what was it, 3? Minimum length for any side 320. Max length for any side 3840. So what do we have? That seems like it fit though, didn't it? Let's try that again, because it's between 320 pixels and 3840 pixels. Let's try that. Let's try that again. See what it says. You need to resize your screenshot. Max aspect ratio 2:1. Maybe we're not hitting the aspect ratio. Let's see, image size. Let's see if we could do Google Play. Let's see. See if we got something that'll do it for us. App screenshot builder. I don't want to create an account. Don't want. All right, let's see. Harish says, use bulkresizePhotos.com. Okay, I'll try that. Actually, what about this one? Cool. See, this is cool. Now, what can I do with this? If this worked, that's gonna be that's gonna be sweet. All right, let's open this and extract to download screenshots. Okay. Screenshots. All right, let's try. Where are we at? Is that gonna work? Nice. Screenshot too. Oh, sweet. Nice. Feature graphic. What the heck is a feature graphic? 1024 by 500. Okay. Let's go back to. I want. This is so much more image editing than I am ever used to doing. This is crazy. Oh, where'd it go? All right. Let's take our. Let's take this and use the. What, 1024 by 500. Let's see if we can just take this and do. I guess we'll have to do the whole canvas. Canvas size. What is this? 1024 by 500. Okay, interesting. All right, let's take this text then, and there we go. All right, let's export as. Well, they want this as PNG. Oops. SF. What is this called? Feature. Bear with me, everybody. This is the first time I've ever done this. And I guess this went to documents. Yes. All right. What else do we need? I don't have a promo video. We put that in. Tags. All right. Tags. No, I don't want to leave that thing. All right. Let's save draft now. I would hate to actually lose anything we've done here. All right. So far, I think we've got everything that we need up to here. I guess we don't need tags. Content rating. What are we gonna do here? You must upload an APK before taking the content rating questionnaire. Okay, that looks good. That's good then. So we'll skip that for now. Website. I don't have a website. Please provide an email address. There we go. Phone number. Hey, now you all know my phone number. Privacy policy. If you wish to provide privacy policy, please enter it below. I don't have one right now. Hopefully that won't be an issue. Where can I go? Where can I upload this APK? Did I miss it? Let's do a beta release. I'm guessing a beta release would have less restrictions. I don't know. Let me see. For production. All right, let me go back. I'm going to go back to the chat before I do anything else, just to see if anybody has anything like to say about this particular process right here. Let's see. Oh, Harish says you could use a policy generator and add the Google Doc link. Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that. I don't have a company name. No. Gotta provide my address where my company is registered. I don't have it. Oh my goodness. So many questions. What? Fine. Alright, what can I do with this? Apply theme. Alright, let's just put this in a Google Doc. Blank. Awesome. That was a good idea. Let's go to the store listing, and now we'll add in a privacy policy. Save that as a draft. Okay, excellent. Now I need to figure out, I guess I gotta go to the app releases. Alright. Internal tests for internal testing within minutes. I mean, how? I just wonder which one would be the best to do. So I did the Google Doc. Let me see. Let me go back to Expo and see. API access, create a service account, create a new project. All right. Let's do the API access and create a service account. I'm not sure if I was allowed to have this. This looks like the public key. So I guess it's fine if that's in there. What was the...
You're not supposed to have a long meeting.
Come here, baby. You want to say hello? Whoa. There you go. Hey. I'm building an app. What do you think?
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. How you doing today?
Good.
Good? You say hi to everybody?
Hi.
All right. Let's see.
Daddy, what are these? What are these? Daddy, what are these?
What are those? That's a brain computer. You want to wear it?
Yeah.
It'll read your brain. What do you think? Let's see. You want to see it on the screen?
Yeah.
All right. Look. All right. Let's show you brainwaves. Cool. Let's show this right now. Look, this is Cordelia. My daughter is wearing the headset, and these are her brainwaves. Well, they were until I moved the screen. Let's start it again. Uh-oh. Did something happen?
Yeah.
See if the signal quality is okay. probably too big. Let me shorten it up for you, baby.
Okay.
There we go. All right, put your head down. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we get some better signals here. Your hair's a lot longer than mine too. Might be a problem. Oh, it's almost out of batteries. I left it on this whole time. There we go. We got some brainwaves. Oh, we got a little bit. Got a little bit going on. I don't know what the problem is. How to refresh? There we go. That's crazy. Your brainwaves look pretty crazy, huh? What's your brain doing?
Taking food from my belly.
Oh, you know what? I put this on crooked too, I think. There we go. It's probably gonna run out of batteries, but that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll put this on the other screen and you can see. You can keep looking at it. How about that? And keep looking at your brain, what it's doing, making all those colors. Okay, so anyway, I followed a couple of links and got to this in terms of like the first thing. So I guess there's two things to do. One is create this account, and then that way we don't have to keep manually uploading. We can just use the Expo command line to do it. Then we can do the manual upload for the first time. So let's do these steps. And you know what's going to be crazy is after all of this, we're still not going to have the app ready until they actually do the review. So it'll take a while before we get it actually in the App Store. I want to close out all these that we're not using now. Let's see. Okay. All right, so let's see. Settings, API access, create service account. Let's split the screen here so we can follow the instructions.
I'm gonna take it off now.
You all done? Okay. Good job. Good job, baby. Okay. All right. So let's go with, where's our settings? Maybe up here? No. Let me make this bigger. Google Play Console. I believe this is, all right, this is Google Play Console. There we go. There's settings. Okay. API access. Create service accounts.
Daddy, why do you fill up your water and then bring your water down here?
My water?
Daddy.
In case I get thirsty, I have my water.
Daddy. Daddy, that's still getting on.
It's still going, yeah, because we have it still on. Okay. All right, so follow the Google API console link in the dialog. There was no dialogue, just work.
Daddy, it's going over and over again.
Create service account. Okay. Let's do create service account.
Daddy, it's going again. Daddy, how do we turn these off?
How do I turn it off? Let me hit the button.
Whoops.
This little button. See? There you go. See, it'll turn off now. It'll show on the screen. See, it says shutting off. You see right there? Shutting off. See, now all the lines are all there. We'll stop it. Okay. Enter a name.
Daddy, it's taking a long time
Why
to
is it
turn
not?
it.
Oh, okay. Did you get the step? It's taking a long time. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
Me neither.
Alright, now here we'll
Daddy,
click
maybe because it's old.
create service account.
Daddy, maybe
Oh
because
goodness.
it's
Service account
old.
name.
Daddy, maybe because it's old. Daddy, maybe because it's old.
Let's see. Play.
Daddy, maybe because it's old.
It's not old. I just got it a couple months ago. Alright. Let's
Daddy,
create.
but you had it for a long, long, long time.
Hey, no hitting buttons. Hey, what are you doing? Select a role. User. Hey. There we go. Check that. Finish new private key. And we want a JSON key. Alright. And done here. There we go. Now let's grant access. Hey, you're making this difficult for me, little girl. What do you think? No. Hey, listen. Why don't you go upstairs and play?
Nope.
No? You want to play down here? You can't hit that keyboard. Why don't you go play on that computer behind there? Go play on that one. What?
It can't turn on.
Yeah, it can. You turned it on the other day. Alright.
Only with the letters.
Okay.
Only with the letters.
Alright, so
Typing in the Daddy, can you type in the password?
we wanted to be able to release manager. Click on grant access and release manager. So role is release manager. I guess I'm just going to keep the defaults and add a user. All right, cool. Now we can manually upload. So let's go to the manual upload instructions. So many instructions. I definitely need to do this again, like very quickly with like make another app, because otherwise I will forget so much of this. I do have some other apps that I never quite got finished. Maybe I'll try to finish them and do it. What's the matter? It won't turn on? Oh, you know what? Because I turned off the power strip because the fish tank was being really noisy. Why don't you go upstairs and play on the Chromebook? You want to see if you can play on the Chromebook? No? You want to go tell the other kids that I built an app for the phone? No? Oops. I hit the wrong thing. You want to play something? Go see if Raphael will let you play the Switch. You'll see if he'll turn it on for you. You can play Mario.
No, he won't.
Tell him I told you to.
Daddy, I want to play something. Oh no.
Alright, let's see.
I'm confused.
Get your app ready for testing and production. Create. Alright, so we did the create application. Take the content rating questionnaire and set up. So I believe we created the store listing. Where, so we did all that. Next steps, take the content rating questionnaire.
Can you type in the past?
So how do we do it?
Daddy, can you type in the past?
Alright, sign in and play. Select an app.
Daddy, can you type in the past?
Alright, let's go into our play console. We'll move it over here.
Daddy, can you
Select an app.
type in the past?
Stay focused. Right. Now on the left menu, click Store Presence. Content rating. You must upload before taking questionnaire. Alright, well I guess we gotta upload then. It's very odd that manage APK files. Alright, well I guess let's do the releases then. And production track. You have a release that hasn't been rolled out. What do I do? Alright.
I'm not going to the store. I'm going to pick up the kids' work.
Hold on, what did I say? I was wondering, is this the key that we created? Dimitri says you need to do everything that's marked with a gray checkbox. Yeah. Step requirement for using the recommended app publishing format, the Android app bundle. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll go with that one then. Okay, on the left-hand side. Oh, thank you, Dimitri. So, Dimitri, everything that has this little gray checkbox needs to be done before we can distribute the app. Thank you. That's very helpful. All right, so let's accept that. Cool. Let's browse files and get this APK. See what this is. Alright, I wonder if this isn't going to work because we have a different key. We're not using that key. We'll see. Release notes. This is initial release. view warning message. Alright, so we could use the Android app bundle. Alright, let's see. Which I thought we did read about that, and I thought we were going to try to do that. All right, let's try this then. Maybe we didn't build the right one. I think we need to start. Let's do. Whoops. Oh, I forgot. All right, cool. We'll let that run for a minute while we take care of some of the other stuff we need to. There we go. All right. So let's get back to that. Let's see if we could do this. Yep, cool. Okay. App category. No, 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 no. Cool. Cool. Looks like a good rating. Nice. Alright, so get that one done. App content. Won't let me start that. Okay, how about this one? It's free and no ads. Integrate my services with app actions. I don't really know what that is. Do not promote my application. Alright, that looks good. Okay. Alright, cool. Eventually, I do want to use this with Android Auto, but it's not ready for that yet. right, cool. That's saved. Let's go back to this. Cool. Target audience. I guess it's not. What are your target age groups? 18 and older. I mean, let's just do 18 and older. How about that? Nah. There we go. All right, cool. And we got the release and Expo. Whoa. All right, cool. So looks like we got everything we need right now. Except this build, this newer build. What part is it at? Running Gradle. All right, so got through a bunch of steps. So basically, we got a warning on our release. Saying that we could have done it basically better if we used a different APK. So I thought like, hey, maybe we just do this, but it's still building. So I guess if the build doesn't succeed very soon, I'm just gonna do this just to kind of try it out for our first try, and I could always try to upload the other build later on. Yeah. So I think that's probably. Dimitri says going straight to production, not the best idea. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what the if I should try production first or not. Like, the app is just very basic, and there's not going to be a big audience because you need the Neurosity device to use it. I thought about doing a beta. What do y'all think? Let's decide here. So, who thinks we should go straight to production, or should we go to beta or even alpha? So basically, the options are: should we do beta? Okay, so beta track is public. I kind of do want it to be public for everybody that has a Neurosity Notion device to try it. So the options are either beta or production at this point. So let me know what you think. And I'll check this. This is still working. Oh, okay, we've got some. All right, it's actually pretty close in terms of votes here between beta and production. It looks like one for beta. I'm assuming Dimitri is leaning towards beta since he's the one that said production isn't a good idea. So beta has 1, 2, 3, 4 votes. Production. All right, production only has 2. So let's give it just another like few seconds. We have a vote for Gamma. All right, only Gamma's option. Harish says, for this kind of app, I would pick production. Nothing to risk at all. I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, I kind of thought like nothing to risk. How about? Okay, production's making a comeback now. I think we're about even. I just wonder what. I want to see what the difference would be, because it seems to me that if it's still like available, then I guess beta would be fine, because I would like let the users know that, like, hey, this is the very first like. Oh, Dimitri says one difference between production and beta is in App Store there's a text beta in the title. Yeah, I could see, like, it's true. I don't want people to think this is a completely finished app, so maybe beta is the right way to go, because there are definitely more features I want to add. We didn't really try to make it look amazing. Yeah, I think we can try beta. So we definitely want to do open beta, maximum number of testers. If you set the maximum, it needs to be at least 1,000. All right, I don't really care how many people use this. I don't know how many. I'll just put that in. Feedback. I guess. All right, and let's edit release. All right, so that's enabled. Let's add. I guess 1. All right, so initial release 1, and then. All right, so that's still not. Hey, it finished. All right, cool. Let's try this one then. All right, so we're gonna try to upload the new one. We'll see if this goes well. Now, technically, we didn't test this one, so this is definitely the beta. All right, yeah, this is it, and this is an AAB, not an APK. So it's I guess the newer version that's recommended. So it's uploading pretty quickly. Should be ready soon. It looks like we completed all the other steps. So this might be the last step. And this has been quite a long stream. How long have we been going for? I don't even know. What's the time? Three hours? Yeah, that sounds about right. We started at noon. Yeah, a 3-hour stream. Crazy. I'm like super hungry. And actually, I was supposed to. There's an online meetup for this Neurosity Notion device that I can't remember if it started at 2 or 3. Either way, I think I'm late for it at this point. All right, it starts at 3, so I'll be fashionably late. Processing. Uh-oh. You need to use a different version code for your APK or direct bundle because you already have a version with this code 1. Oops. Oh no, wait a second. A different version code? Does that mean if that means I have to rebuild it, then I'm definitely not doing that. Where's the code at? App JSON. I'm afraid. Yeah, version. I think we had to bump the version. So I'm just going to go back to the other one, or I could remove it. I say at this point, I just use the one that we already uploaded that worked. with the APK version code 1. And then, because I don't want to go through rebuilding again. That took like 7 minutes to build. I don't want to wait another 7 minutes. All right, we'll try that one. All right. There we go. And review. Which we know that that was the case, so oh cool, I can full rollout seconds ago. Okay, Dimitri says it's practically impossible to change the key with which you sign your app, so be careful not to leak or lose it. All right, good tip. Thank you for that. So do I need to create the release now or what? Is that the next step? All right, we did that. Next steps. Publish your app. I guess we do a release now. No, we just did one. So did it actually release? Yeah, I'm assuming that like release means it still needs to be reviewed and it's not actually available. No production releases. I understand that. Okay, so we have beta. Cool. So it's pending. So they're reviewing the app. So basically, at this point, I think everything we can do has been done. The app review has to happen before it gets launched. So this could take a while. So I think there's other stuff that I want to do for the app. I don't know if we'll hold off on that until we hear back from the release, or we'll just keep working on it. I'll figure it out. But yeah, at this point, I'd say we're just gonna finish up the stream. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna look. I've been keeping up with the chat pretty well, so I don't know that there's too much left in here that I haven't addressed. And just double checking now. Oh, so a few years saying that when my daughter was down there, saying she's adorable, a cute child. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up. And thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna try to do another stream in 2 days. So what's today, Saturday? So probably like Monday afternoon Eastern time will probably be my next stream. And I'm not sure what we'll do in the stream. We'll work on it. And yeah, I'll post it in Twitter. So before I stream, I always post in Twitter, in LinkedIn, and on Instagram that I'm going to stream. I believe it also automatically posts to Facebook as well. And then if you turn on notifications for freeCodeCamp, then you'll get notifications as well. I do put out videos on my channel, so if you would like to get notified about those as well, you can check the link in the description and sign up for notifications for my channel too. those are the best ways to find out when I'm going to be streaming or when I'm going to release new videos. I'm going to have a new video coming out on my channel tomorrow. I still have to create that video, and I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be about, but I have a list of topics, and I'm going to pick one and make a video tonight and release it tomorrow. I'm going to try for tomorrow morning as a release, Eastern time. So I will hopefully be back then. In the meantime, have a great rest of your weekend and be safe. Thanks.